Hello everyone, welcome back to my Let's Replay channel. This is Andrew T coming at you once again with two more reviews for you. One old, one not so old. So the first one that you may have seen was the Atom Zombie Smasher. I saw this game a couple years ago by the Yogscast. I believe Sips was playing it, and it just looked interesting. It's very bare bones. It doesn't have a whole lot of like AAA value to it or quality. Just one guy doing all the work, all the music, all the graphics, all the programming, everything. And the synopsis is you're in charge of evacuating everyone in a certain section of a city from zombies. You start out with just a helicopter, it goes down, gets about 20 people in it, then you're supposed to get as many out as you can, and it's a point total. So after so many days, you're supposed to have, well, not days, the days are unlimited, but you're supposed to get to a certain point total before the zombies do. So you get points for picking up survivors, upgrades, taking over territories before the sun goes down. So the map is set up. It's basically it's a map within. It's a how should I put this? The map takes about half a normal screen, so it's not like it's very detailed. It's basically pixels, but the gameplay is so spot on that you don't even care. So it's a top-down view. There's, different roads, different streets, and you try to put your helicopter down at the place where it do the most good. And it shows you where the zombies are going to come from off the screen onto the streets, towards the middle, so you can kind of strategize your way around that. You get upgrades as the further on you go in. You get mercenaries that shoot zombies from certain directions. They have a limited field of view and a limited range. You have artillery you can put down, which can do one shot, I think, every 20 seconds. And you get upgrades to these as well, like faster shooting, more mobile. There's barricades you can put up. There's dynamite you can place. Any number of things as you progress throughout the game. The great thing about it is it's cheap. It's literally took me about 10 seconds to download and set up today whenever I did it. And it's just a nice, overall, cheap, distracting game to do that's very short and goes short as long as you want. So if you're looking to just kill some time without having to think too hard, just kind of turn off your brain a little bit and just kind of get into a game, it's great for that. It's a great time kill, and it's just overall a very good effort for just one person doing the whole thing. And I still like playing it to this day. I wouldn't keep it on my desktop for more than this review because I played the crap out of it before, but it's definitely enjoyable. If you have a couple bucks, I think, how much is it on Steam now? Let's check. Give me 1 second. Okay, it's $9.99, but there is a free demo. So it's not as cheap as some of the other games out there, but it definitely has the about 20 to 30 hours worth of good, solid gameplay on it if you just want to max everything out and do everything you can on it. So overall, if I was going to give it a score, I'd give it about a 7 out of 10 just because for just straight enjoyability and the time you put into it for the price, it gets that score automatically. There's no graphics to speak of. There's no story to speak of. It's just a nice throwaway game you can get and come back to every once in a while. So that's what I would give that. If going on to the next game that I just uploaded today, and if you're looking at when I'm uploading this, you'll see there's a lot of hours in between when I uploaded the last video of this game and when I'm doing this one because I've been playing it even after I got through with my video. So that is Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 2. I love this game. The company that does it also does Company Heroes, and that game is a masterpiece as well. The story, the gameplay elements, the strategic elements to it, all top notch. The voice acting is superb. Steve Bloom, if you've never heard of him, Google his name. He's everywhere and for a good reason. He's one of the main characters in that, and just amazing is the word I give this game. And it's not even a typical real-time strategy game because most of the time when you think about it, you're thinking of base building, you're thinking of strategic, resource management, things like that. Nothing to do with it. Squad based. Start you off with you and your squad. You go out, do your mission. If you want to kill everyone, you can. If you want to, avoid some side quests, you can as well. You don't have to do certain objectives. You get more points for the faster you complete this stage, but also you get more points. You get three values at the end of every mission. You get time completed, 1 through 5. You get enemies killed, 1 through 5. And then, what was the other one? Oh, if anyone dies in your squads. So if one of your squad leaders dies, that's 1 through 5 as well. So if one of them dies, you get down to a 4 and so on. And if you take 30 minutes to complete a mission, like if you play in like less than 10, you'll get like a 1 or 2 star instead of 5. Same thing with kill. If you get, I think, above 75%, you'll get a 5 star. It's either 75 or 80, one of those two. I don't know the exact number, just from when I was playing it today. And if you do get a good enough score for all those 3, you can get an additional drop for the day that you're doing, because the story elements have a slight time aspect into it as well when you're fighting an enemy that introduced you later on, and how fast they grow, and planets that get possibly taken over by them. And the 4 factions it has, the Terrans, the Eldar, the Orcs, and the Tyranid are all really interesting, and all have their, except for the Tyranid. The Tyranid is just an organism that they're locusts, so they don't really have a storyline per se. But the Orcs, they just out there to do their thing. They don't give a crap about anyone. They're just there to get on by, pillage and sacrifice and all this other stuff they want to do, because they're Orcs. They don't care. The Terrans, they think they're the masters of the universe, and they're out to prove it, and they have the army to back them up. The Eldar are definitely cocky, but they have their own point of view, and you can't say whether it's right or wrong from the Terrans just because they're different. So I don't know a ton of the Warhammer 40k lore, because apparently there's literally volumes of it out there. If you want to get into it, that's going down the rabbit hole I'm not willing to do. But for this game alone, you know enough and learn enough about the lore to just get in there and be totally immersed with it right away. This is one of the great things about this game. There is the first one, Warhammer 40k, Dawn of War 1. I downloaded it on Steam. It's more like the base building strategy game, but the graphics don't hold up. This game is pretty old for Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 2, and graphics and gameplay still hold up to this day. That is rare. So, for everything about the game, from the missions, the time you can put into it, and the RPG aspects of it as well, because every time you complete a mission, you can pick up different weapons as you go through your mission, and they put it basically in your inventory for when the mission's over. And then, depending on the stats, you can put it towards your squad leaders, for upgrades if they have the high enough level. So you do get experience as you kill different enemies and complete objectives. Or if you have a weapon that's too low level, or maybe it's a duplicate of what you have and no one else can use it, you can sacrifice it for experience. It's not a ton of experience, but it's a decent chunk for everyone you sacrifice, and get levels up for other stuff in that window, in that screen after the mission's over. And sometimes you have multiple missions, a la Command and Conquer, back in the day, where they have 2 different cities and you got to choose one to go to first. Can't say it really has a whole lot in the beginning on the gameplay of the storyline, but it's definitely a nice addition to the game. So, just from everything it has, if I had to give this a score, I wouldn't say it's perfect, because on normal difficulty, it can get kind of, oh gosh, that guy died, I didn't think he could die. But the fun level is always there. I won't go out of my way to give it a perfect 10 out of 10 for any scoring system, but if I had to, I'd give it a 9 out of 10, just because I keep coming back to it. Like, every year I keep coming back to this game. It's just a nice game to play, and something you should always have in your Steam library or GOG or whatever service you use to download games these days. So that is my review of Atom Zombie Smasher and Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 2. Once again, this is Andrew T coming at you. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a good one.